All right, we're going to be getting into more of a sensitive topic today, so put your big boy pants on because I'm going to drop some cold hard truths. There is a lot of talk as to why women are prone to, being with or getting attached to or sleeping with bad men. And today I'm going to explain the bad boy phenomenon and why women do not get aroused by good men. Now, rest assured, this is going to be the most different outlook you have ever seen across any YouTube video, across any channel. I have battle tested all of these concepts, which brought me to where I am today. Okay, so if you stick with me for the next 5 to 15 minutes, you are not going to waste the decade of issues, hardships, heartbreak, failure, and mistakes that I've made, because I've done all of the mistakes you could possibly imagine. So let's actually dive in, okay? How I learned this, okay? Why women don't get aroused by nice guys, okay? What that even means, and do you have to become a bad boy? We're going to be answering all of these together today. Here's how I learned this. I was the good guy growing up because just like you, or just like everybody who was raised to be a normal, average, everyday human being, you are a good person. Most people are raised to be good person. You are probably a good guy. Most people are. I would say 99% of people are wholeheartedly don't grow up saying, I want to be a bad man or a bad asshole. That's just not how it works. Okay? So when I was living like this and I couldn't get any women, I was sad. Okay, and that sadness made me pissed off at the world. So what did I do at 19 years old? I went down the rabbit hole just like you go down. Okay, and now you find everything. You find certain pill-colored influencers. You find guys screaming, you have to be alpha, you have to do this sort of game, you have to run all these verbals, you have to do all this. And you hear all this, be alpha and be the bad boy. So I'm like, okay, this is the key. This is the missing link. So here Casey is. Okay, right here, happy now. I'm like, oh my God, I found the key. My whole life's fixed. Oh my God, this is great. So I'm just going to go do that. I'm going to do whatever I want, say whatever I want, be a total prick, even if I don't need to be, completely be an asshole and just be mean and do whatever I want because then now I can get away with it because Casey, that's the key. Well, okay. So I started doing that in my late teens, early 20s. Okay, and here's what I can tell you. Despite being able to sleep with women, or despite XYZ, despite having short-term flings, despite any of that, women end up hating you. They all end up hating you. And then you're left empty-handed. So why are you left empty-handed? Because this fundamentally is not what they want. They do not want bad men. And just because you're a bad boy and you can get women, I have seen numerous bad boys. Okay, I've seen numerous guys tattooed from head to toe and thinking they're all cool. And you know what? They get attached too, and then that girl leaves them and they go ape shit and fly off the handle. That is not you, and that is not what you want to be. You want to have some sort of emotional control and stability within your life, and you do not need to be this bad alpha big dog like you're thinking, like everybody's trying to convince you. And here's why. What I realized after actually going out into the field and battle testing these concepts, not sitting my ass behind the screen all day and watching the next guru, I'm talking about going to bars, throwing house parties, having an abundant social life, actually living in the real world, not just behind the computer. Do women like bad boys? I answered this for myself after numerous occasions with numerous women. The answer is kind of. They kind of like bad boys. Let me explain. Women don't like bad, evil men. Women like masculinity, okay? That's what they like. And even more important than masculinity, what women are really craving, especially today more than ever, is connection. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Every man who I have ever found in my life who knows how to trigger connection, okay? Trigger real connection with women, is always the ones who end up winning the woman's heart. You need to let this sink in. They're human beings just like you are, okay? If you can trigger connection, you will win. Here's what I mean. Women are prone to being attracted to masculinity, and more important than that, they want connection with one specific man. Here's the issue nowadays. Bad guys or bad boys nowadays are the only ones who have the slightest resemblance of masculinity, okay? Bad boys today are the only ones who are doing the approaching. Bad boys are the only ones who have the confidence. This is it. Women actually want this deep down, and they want this with one specific man. This seems to be the only type of guy who has that nowadays. Now here's what I can tell you. If you can embody these traits without all this crap down below, okay, as the bad boy entices her with, this is going to be the missing link for you that actually has connection. This is the missing link that 99% of men can't do, is they cannot trigger connection. The key to getting women in 2022, 2023, 2024 is going to be to trigger a real connection. So you might be scratching your head saying, well, Casey, how do you do that? The first way to do that is after this video is done, I want you to go down below and I want you to watch the MBT webinar. Okay, it stands for Masculine Behavioral Techniques. I'm going to be showing you the 4 key steps in order to actually trigger a real connection. Once you watch that webinar below, the second thing you have to do, okay, is you have to go out into the field and battle test. That means go and get in the reps. And I'm not talking about the reps underneath the barbell. I'm talking about the reps of life. Okay, the actual reps of your life. Go and get in the reps. Do things day to day. Try things for yourself. Battle test all of this and critically think. This is something that's missing from 99% of men, is they don't critically think. They don't take a step back and think for themselves and think, hey, was this a good idea? Is this not a good idea? Did this work in real life, or is this theory? Is this battle tested and is this proven? Or is this just a joke? Because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. If you're a good guy, you can still be a good guy and still have confidence, masculinity, frame in your life. You can still do all these things to where if there is bad behavior in your relationship, you can still not put up with it and dissolve the relationship because you know you have options. You can do that whether you're good or bad. Whether you're a saint or whether you're the biggest piece of shit on earth. It's completely irrelevant. These are not correlated at all. And this is, you got to understand, like, this is after building businesses and seeing how women behave. This is after building my body and seeing how women react to that. This is after acquiring status. Like, this is after going to clubs. This is after actually sleeping with women from time to time. This is actually after having long-term girlfriends. I'm not telling you this in my own head for just what Casey wants you to believe. I'm telling you this as I've lived life. That's why I've documented my whole journey from ages whatever to here I am now going on 27 in April. You have to get in the reps and you have to critically think for yourself. Here's how guys don't critically think. They follow the next guru, the next influencer, the next person on TV, whoever's telling them whatever. You would not believe over the years the amount of people me and my brother have gotten on the phone with and we say, well, what do you want out of life? And they say, well, oh, I want to be full stack. And we look at our head, me and my brother look at each other and we go, we'll hit mute for a second. We're like, that's our term. Like, what do they mean they want to be full stack? So we'll ask them, we'll say, well, what do you mean by that? Oh, I just want to have it all. And then we go, okay, do you actually want that? Or is that because that's what you heard on Casey's channel? I'm like, oh, I don't know. So what I'm telling you is people aren't even thinking critically. This is a term I made up. This is what guys are saying they want out of life. That is not what you want out of life. Full stack is a concept that I made up for a guy who has all of the things in his life in perfect order. Okay? You could want that, but what I'm saying is most guys naturally wouldn't just want that. They want it because I told them about that. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. Think critically. Okay? If everybody's telling you to be the alpha and the bad boy, probably run the other way. If everybody's telling you to be the good guy saint who puts all the girls up on a pedestal, probably run the other way. The truth is probably somewhere down the middle. And if you can trigger connection while having masculinity in the real world in 2023, you're going to be miles ahead of any single bad boy out there. Let me tell you this. In 2023, the missing link is connection, and here's why. Women don't have it. They are sitting behind their phone just like you. They are sitting there on TikTok. They are sitting there on Instagram. They might DM a few guys. They might do these things, but it's all virtual, okay? Women are not talking to as many men as you think. I have met these girls in real life, okay? When you know how to create your attention as well as the connection and trigger that connection with a girl, this is the strongest drug possible. This will get women to completely be attached to you for the rest of your life if that's what you want. See, everybody who's telling you what you should want, oh, you should want the one doesn't exist. You should want this, you shouldn't. You should be alpha, blah, 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 blah. Everybody has their own agenda. I'm trying to get you to look at this from a real life perspective, and I'm trying to actually get you to go out in the real world and put in the reps. Before the age of 23, I probably threw 20 to 30 shop parties and house parties, okay? Between the ages of 19 to 23, I probably went in the river and partied anywhere from 50 to 100 times.
Between the ages of 19 to 24, 25, I've had multiple girlfriends, long-term. One of them was even for more than 2 years in a row. I'm telling you this from a complete perspective of living the full extent of life. You have to go out there and get reps in for yourself to see what is true for you. There is no one size fits all. And everybody who tells you that all women are the same, this is complete horseshit too. Just like not all guys are the same. I've known guys I work my ass off all day, 70 hours per week. And I go to the gym and I'm dedicated and I have a diet and a routine and I do all of this. I'm completely different from a lot of people I know. Compare that to the other guy sitting at home watching TV all day who has no motivation, binge drinking. Yeah, not all men are the same. Just like not all women are the same. People are going to have certain lifestyle habits, certain traits, certain preferences. You have to get that through your head. If you believe what anybody just tells you out in the world, you're going to lose and you're going to be sorely mistaken when you realize that not everything works the way you want it to from reading a book or from watching a TV. So do women like bad boys? Kind of. The problem nowadays is the bad boys are the only ones who have this. If you like this video, hit the like button. Be sure to check out the quick little training webinar I put down below for you. Okay, I'm going to be showing you the 4 keys of that process so that way you can trigger connection better than any other guy in 2023. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.